everything's super down here. Just wandering around in total darkness, trying not to get killed.
Oh, well if you need some light, there's one on your walkie-talkie.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
You said not to disturb you.
That girl will be the death of me.
Jenny fumbled in the darkness until she found the switch on her walkie-talkie. Jenny stood perilously close to the edge of a deep pit. If Susie hadn't interrupted her when she did...
I'm going to have to jump to that minecart.
But even if Jenny made the jump, she couldn't be sure it would support her weight.
If it was going to fall, it would have done it by now. See? Steady as a rock. That's enough near-death experiences for one day. Tunnel 13. Unlucky for some.
Jenny shivered as she realized the true scale of the tragedy that had befallen the miners.
I'm standing in the world's biggest tomb. And if none of the miners got out, how am I supposed to?
Fortunately, Jenny had Susie Glatz.
Susie, come in!
Thank goodness. I was worried you dropped your walkie-talkie. The line just went dead.
Yeah. Well, anyway... I need...
Her mouth went dry.
I need your...
How could one word be so difficult to say?
I need your... help.
Jenny felt a wave of nausea as the words left her mouth.
Susie? Are you there?
It would be an honor to assist you in any way I can, Jenny LeClue.
I'm in Tunnel 13. I've reached a dead end. I need you to find me another way out.
Of course. Just give me a moment. Found it! You're close to the extraction chamber, where they transfer crystals to the surface for processing. There's bound to be an exit there. But it's a long way up. You're going to have to climb.
No problem. Oh, and Susie, thanks. extraction chamber. This is definitely it. I can't move it. It's stuck. Feels like something's holding it in place. I don't think I'm gonna be able to move it. Looks like it might still work. I was better off in the dark. It's a pulley of some kind. The rope must be attached to something nearby. That was satisfying. But what did it do?
Shafts of moonlight shone through cracks in the ceiling.
The extraction chamber. That was too close. I better get moving. Find somewhere to hide, and fast.
High up in the air, out of sight, covered on all sides. The minecart was an ideal hiding place. Peered over the edge of the minecart. She was confident the man in black wouldn't spot her, but she'd need to remain perfectly still. Even the slightest sound could give her away. Almost in the clear. Just a few more seconds of absolute silence.
Jenny! I just wanted to say, I think we had a really good breakthrough just now.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
I can feel our friendship growing. I know it's a silly thing to say, but...
My luck is starting to run out. It won't be long before he reaches the jail and realizes my mom isn't there.
And something told her he wouldn't be very pleased.
Are you trying to get me killed?
Sorry. I just wanted to let you know I'm here for you whenever you need me.
That's very nice, Susie. But none of that matters if I'm dead. Don't call me, I'll call you.
The shattered skull of a long-deceased miner looked up at Jenny.
Poor guy. Somebody's dad. He was still alive and no one came to help him. He never got to say goodbye.
Jenny knew exactly how that felt.
The Council of Three blamed the workers to protect their secret.
Jenny folded up the letter and placed it in her pocket.
I'll find your family, Samuel, and deliver it to them personally. And I won't rest until the whole town knows the truth. Structurally unsound, just like everything else around here. There are 2 minecarts attached together by a system of pulleys. After all these tremors, I'm amazed they're still hanging up there.
Fragments of quartz crystal littered the room.
They're beautiful.
She held one in her hands.
It'd be a good souvenir if it wasn't so heavy. One big pile of rocks. They must weigh a ton each. I can see a light up there.
But the ladder was out of reach. Like a well-oiled machine, Jenny LeClue's brilliant mind kicked into gear. A plan had started to form.
How can I reach the ladder? No, that's not it. I'm missing something. I can stand on the minecart to reach the ladder. But first, I need to get it down. And I know exactly how to do it. The minecart is connected to a pulley. When I jumped inside, it lowered, but it didn't reach the floor. First, I'll climb to the top of the rickety scaffolding. Then I'll jump in the minecart with my pockets full of crystals. The extra weight will carry me all the way to the floor. At the bottom, I'll climb out and push the minecart underneath the ladder. Finally, I'll use the added height to reach the ladder. Then it's a straight shot to freedom. Another cave-in, another dead end. Maybe I need more crystals. I can't fit any more crystals in my pockets. Hopefully this will be enough. Didn't that work? Something's holding me back. Another transmitter on Glatt's core property. Susie denied her family's involvement, but I can't imagine they don't know about this.
Jenny opened her eyes and rubbed her aching head.
How long was I out for?
Things hadn't quite gone according to plan.
I guess my calculations were slightly off.
Fortunately, Jenny found herself in a familiar place.
This is the tunnel where I first came in!
Unfortunately, someone else had heard the commotion.
Time to go! Here goes nothing.
Welcome back, S32. Access level Z Alpha granted. Disarming blast door 13A. For your safety, please stand clear.
Jenny paused. She was finally here. Could it be true? Was her father really on the other side of this door? The man she'd lost forever. She would have given anything to bring him back. What would she say to him? How would she feel when she saw him? Of all the puzzles she'd solved, every obstacle she'd climbed, and every leap of faith she'd made, this was the scariest moment of all.
Mom should be here.
She needed her. She needed someone. Maybe even Susie.
I'm not gonna solve anything by just standing here.
Arthurton had slowly revealed its secrets to Jenny, and now she faced the final chapter. Gathering her courage, she took a deep breath
This is it, Jenny.
and stepped into the darkness once more.
Dad?
Her voice echoed in the darkness.
Another dead end. Of course he's not here.
Just another machine.
Arthurton, a small town seemingly like any other. Nestled in a valley between two mountains, lined by lustrous forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. Yes, Arthurton had it all. A main street with shops and a place to sip coffee. Schools, a college, a church, and a police station. The kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels. But you won't find it anymore. For Arthurton is now the town that disappeared. Where once stood a city bustling with life, now lies an empty crater. How could a town suddenly and completely vanish from the face of the earth? And if it could happen to Arthurton, could it happen to your town too? Scientists are baffled. Church attendance is at a record high. Is this a sign of the end of days? Tonight we attempt to answer the question, what happened to Arthurton? The Enigma Report investigation starts now.
Jenny stared at the screen, astonished.
Arthurton disappeared?
It didn't make any sense. But of all the strange things she'd seen, one stood out more than the others.
There was something at the end of the tape. There's something hidden in the static. It worked. Find Zazer. Need help? I better get out of here before I'm crushed to death!
Into a corner. nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Was this the end for Jenny LeClue?
What the? Susie? Keith! You came back!
I had to.
Jenny choked back her tears. She had lost count of the number of times she'd almost died today, and it was starting to take its toll.
Let's get out of here before he wakes up! No, wait! Keith, this could be the man who killed your father. We should really go. This could be our only chance to find out who he is. It won't matter if we're buried alive. Don't you want to know?
It doesn't matter.
What?
Look!
Damn it! Let's get out of here. That's what I've been saying! The truth is no good if we're dead. I said that, too!
It doesn't matter who said what. Let's go already.
Our three intrepid adventurers made their escape across the graveyard on the far side of town. Behind the twin peaks of Arthurton, the sun began to rise, but this night had not yet ended. Beneath them, the ground shook and grumbled. Deep in the bowels of Arthurton, something stirred. Jenny recounted the thrilling story of her entire adventure. She told Susie and Keith about Professor Zaza and his experiments, the truth behind the tragic accident in the mines, and how she discovered that her father was alive. But she left out one critical detail: the town that disappeared. How would they react to such an unfathomable revelation? Would they even believe her? She wasn't sure she believed it herself.
What an incredible adventure! Although, I think the greatest discovery today has been our friendship.
You never stop, do you?
All these trials have really brought us together. And now that you and Keith are friends again, we can form our very own mystery-solving club. It's just a shame we didn't unmask the man in black. So what's our next step, fearless leader?
There's something about this case that still doesn't add up. I need to find my mom before the cops do.
But she could be anywhere.
No, she's gone to Widow's Drop.
Where?
Widow's Drop. But I have no idea where that is.
It's certainly not on any map I've seen.
That's because it's not a place.
What?
Yeah. It's a plant. My dad he grew one in his greenhouse. He had to separate it from all the other plants. They all started to shrivel up.
Have you ever felt a flash of pure inspiration? The sudden feeling of everything falling into place. It's the moment a great detective lives for. An epiphany!
Keith, what day do you take out the trash?
What?
What day does the garbage man come?
Friday? Why?
Of course! It was right there the whole time! Jenny! I know where my mom is.
Jenny!
And I know who killed Dean Strasberry. Jenny! Look out! Jenny, watch out! We survived!
Yeah! We made it!
I have to go back.
Go back?
But we just got out!
A little birdie told me I'd find 3 unruly kids out after curfew.
Oh no! Damn.
Stealing, breaking and entering, destruction of property. You're all in a heap of trouble. Jenny, can't say I'm surprised to find you here. But Keith, Susie, I expected more from you.
I'm ruined!
Sheriff, this is Station. Are you there?
Go ahead, Station.
Susie, Keith, I need you to create a distraction.
What?
There's no time to explain.
Where are you going?
You'll just have to trust me.
Okay.
No!
Susie, please. No, not unless you say it.
Say what?
After everything we've been through, you know it's true.
What are you talking about? Now is hardly the time for this.
You told me to stand up for myself, so that's what I'm doing.
Hold on a second. Enough chatter. Get your sorry butts over here now!
We depend on each other. Admit it, Jenny.
Come on, Jenny. It's not a big deal. Just say it.
This is your last warning. I am not gonna tell you again.
Of all the challenges our tiny hero had faced, this was perhaps her toughest.
You aren't alone, Jenny LeClue. You don't need to pretend anymore.
As hard as it was to say it, Jenny knew deep in her heart it was true.
Fine. Susie Glatz, you are my friend.
Thank you, friend.
Now, let's get you out of here.
Yeah, I've got them. Safe and sound. I'm bringing them in now. What the?
You'll never catch us, Copper!
Sorry, Mr. LeClue.
Well, do you have them or not?
I thought I did. Where did she go?
my head.
Thank goodness. It worked.
Oh, how wonderful to hear your voice. I was having the strangest dreams. What's wrong?
I almost didn't make it.
But you did. Now, we've got a lot of work to do.
I knew it!
Jenny?
Jenny?
Surprised to see me? I am only a child after all.
What is she?
How did you...
It was really quite simple. Once I realized Mr. Strasberry knew he was going to die. The Dean died on Thursday at 3:57 p.m. precisely. In his planner, I noted that he had canceled his meetings on Friday and rearranged a lunch date with Keith. At the time, this didn't strike me as unusual. Once I considered the possibility that Mr. Strasberry knew he was going to die on Thursday, everything started to fall into place. But consider this. If someone knew they were going to die, wouldn't they do everything in their power to escape their fate? And yet, the Dean didn't. There was only one explanation. He staged his own death. It's no secret that the Dean is an avid gardener. But some people might not know he authored a book about exotic plants and their natural remedies. You knew how you were going to die, Mr. Strasberry. Poison. You knew because you made it yourself from one of your plants. A poison that you had an antidote for. That would be the method, but you couldn't work alone. You needed an accomplice. Someone to revive you when the time was right. In the basement of my house, on my dad's old dusty desk, I found a recently used vial. The residue was purple, the same color as the marks on the Dean's neck. In the jail, Mom knew she was running out of time. So she entrusted CJ to finish what she had started. To revive the Dean from his deathly slumber. You plotted together to stage Mr. Strasberry's death. It was a simple scheme. Poison him with the plant, then return after the funeral to revive him.
You had intended the death to appear natural, but not everything went according to plan. Poison was administered, the Dean intended to give Mom his ring. But he accidentally dropped it, and he got stuck in the electrified track of the ladder. When he bent down to retrieve it, he was electrocuted and thrown from the balcony. Getting caught hadn't been part of the plan.
Quite remarkable, Jenny. And you worked out all that by yourself?
Yes, that's how you did it, but the real question is why?
Well, that's all a bit more complicated, I'm afraid.
It was a rhetorical question, Mr. Strasberry. I know why you're working together. But first, I have to tell you about aliens.
Oh, this is exciting. What an incredible adventure this turned out to be. Jenny's growing up and discovering her full potential. And to think, I did it all without anybody dying. Hello? Richard! Oh, what do you think of the new scenes? Aren't they wonderful? I beg your pardon? Trick you? Certainly not. But don't you see? It all works out perfectly this way. I can already picture where the next book will start. You're not serious? But... I didn't promise anything. But... there must be another way. Just give me more time. Cancelled? Richard, please. Richard? Hello? Hello? It's no good. They won't publish it unless someone dies. But I can't do it. I just can't. Come on, Arthur. Jenny's whole world hangs in the balance. Decades of work. It can't all end now. Oh, I have to. It's like Jenny's mum always says. A great detective knows the right decision is often the hardest to make. And I am a great author of detective stories. But I can't pick. What should I do, Rufus? Brilliant! Yes! You're always right, old friend. I'll let fate decide. Here goes. Fate has spoken, but is she certain? Once the choice is made, there's no turning back. Well, that was easier than I thought. It's the only way this scene can end. The ending the book deserves.
As I was saying...
What was that?
No more interruptions!
The tremors were getting more violent and more frequent.
Please! I'm in the middle of my astonishing denouement! Everyone in town thinks CJ is crazy. A madman spouting wild theories about aliens and hidden forces at work in Arthurton. But all the strange phenomena he's seen are real. And the culprits are men, not monsters. Arthurton is built on top of some kind of energy source. Something special. I uncovered the secret laboratories of Professor Zazer. He ran experiments to study the unique properties of Arthurton's resource. And his research was funded by a shady organization called the Council of Three. One of the experiments went tragically wrong and caused the collapse of the quartz mines. They covered it up and blamed the miners, and yet the experiments didn't stop. Instead, they built an even bigger facility. Years after the accident in the mines, an even greater tragedy struck Arthurton. Only this time, the townspeople didn't know. I don't fully understand it, but something happened to the whole town. And wherever we were, we aren't there anymore. The rest of the world think we disappeared. At first, I thought I was solving two separate mysteries. But then it hit me like a ton of used books. The two were inextricably linked. And that's how I know your motive for staging the Dean's death. Wasn't working for the university. He was working on Zazer's machines. All under the watchful eye of the Council of Three. The Dean is part of the Council of Three, or at least he works for them. Through her own investigation, Mom concluded that Dad had died under suspicious circumstances. She confronted the Dean. Racked with guilt, he confessed and begged for her forgiveness. Instead of letting anger cloud her judgment, Mom saw an opportunity. And together, you concocted a plan to bring down the organization from the inside.
Oh, what a brilliant mind you have, Jenny LeClue. Julie, I believe you underestimated this girl.
You could have gotten yourself killed.
But I didn't.
But what if you had?
I'm not a kid anymore. I have to make my own choices.
A flower cannot blossom without light.
Jenny had risked everything to save her mom.
I'm sorry, Jenny.
It's okay, Mom. You were running out of time to save Mr. Strasberry.
I was trying to protect you.
I know.
I should have trusted you.
But you were wrong.
I just apologized.
No, not about that. Everyone presumed Dad died in the lab explosion. So did I, until today. But then, I started finding secret messages all over town. They led me to a secret room under the graveyard. And there, on a small television, I saw him.
Henry?
Dad is alive! But he's trapped on the other side, and he's been trying to contact us this whole time.
He made it back? Then the experiment worked!
Exactly!
But if he made it back, that means...
We can all get back! We need to get to the machine, right away.
No! First, we need to find Professor Zazer.